And good afternoon and welcome to the Mimio webinar series. My name is Travis Rink and I'm from Mimio, and I'd like to welcome you to our webinar today. Now before we begin, I'd like to do a quick sound check. So if you could all help me out here, please. If you can hear me okay, would you please press that smiley face icon over there on the left side, or simply give me a smiley face right there in the chat window. I want to make sure I have everybody on board today, audio-wise. All right, so thank you for that, Louise, and the others that are doing that. Kate, I appreciate your help. So, all right. So with that said, this webinar is going to highlight some of our brand new features that will be available in our latest software release of Mimio Studio 11, as well as the latest version of MimioMobile coming in September. Now, with that said, Mimio is very pleased to present Mimio Goes Mobile, featuring educator Paul Gigliotti, who's going to be sharing how the Mimio products and software can be integrated into your classroom from his experience of using that in his classroom and seeing some of the things that he has used recently. So let me do a brief introduction here of Paul, and Paul is an outstanding educator, let me tell you. So Paul is from the Cleveland, Ohio area, and he currently teaches high school social studies. He's a phenomenal social studies teacher among everything else. He's been a classroom teacher for the past 14 years and has been a very avid Mimio user for most of that. He fires the imagination of his kiddos every single day through his passion for social studies and educational technology. Among his various professional accolades, which are very numerous, Paul was the Ohio Middle School Teacher of the Year in 2008, and he shares his passion as a Mimio Quick Learn instructor and is also one of our site managers for the Mimio Connect teacher community. So additionally, Paul has shared his passion with people from all over the world, as he has been part of the Mimio teacher team that traveled recently to London to present at the Best Technology Trade Show. So you're in for quite a show here with Paul. And before I turn it over to Mr. Gigliotti, I'd like to cover a few quick housekeeping details if you've not been in one of our webinars before. Each of you should have a sidebar over there on the left side. And throughout today's presentation, we encourage you to ask any questions you have right over there in the chat window, and we will be addressing those not only during Paul's presentation, but we have a special Q&A session when he is complete, and we'll address whatever else we can there. So we want you to ask as many questions as you can and challenge both Paul and the rest of our team that's on board here, and we'll get you all covered. So as another housekeeping detail, I will remind you, if you don't know this, that shortly after the webinar, usually within 24 hours, you will be receiving an email, and that email will contain a link to today's recording, which we are doing, so you can sit back and relax and enjoy the show. And we'll also have some other links that allow you to earn a CE Youth certificate, which we'll mention that later today. So without any further ado, it is my extreme pleasure to welcome Mr. Paul Gigliotti. Paul, take it away.
Well, thank you so much, Travis, and thanks everybody for being here this afternoon to talk all about the new MimioMobile application. I can't tell you how excited I am to get back to school and get back into my Mimio classroom here in a couple of weeks. As Travis mentioned, I've been using Mimio products now for around the past 7 years or so, and it's really revolutionized and changed the way that I teach. Mimio products simply provide a better way to learn. I'm able to integrate a variety of different technologies together to really give my students an active learning experience, a way that they can practice many of the skills that we're going over, the content standards that we're going over, and of course, some wonderful options to make assessment very easy and very effective. Mimio offers a variety of solutions, very flexible solutions, so no matter what kind of instruction you're providing, whether it's direct instruction, whether you're facilitating student learning, or even individual instruction, Mimio has a solution for you. And whenever I go around and I do a conference or a trade show, or whenever I get into the schools and work with teachers like yourself, I'm really happy to show off all of the wonderful things that Mimio Classroom can provide for you, because no matter what your classroom needs are, what your school's needs are, even what your district's needs are, Mimio has a solution for you. So I'm real happy to be here with you guys today, like I mentioned, and we're going to be talking about some of those solutions as we move forward. Now, the Mimio Classroom has a variety of options, like I mentioned, a variety of different types of technologies that can make your classroom a more interactive classroom, and you see some of those options here on my screen. I've worked with each one of these products in my own classroom each and every day, and like I mentioned, I've helped many others as well, not only locally here, but around the country and beyond in utilizing these products effectively in their classroom. So I'd like to take just a moment to kind of explain what each of these products will do for you, and then also as we go over each one of these products. And as we go over some of the lessons I've brought with you, if you understand what each one will do for you a little bit, you'll be able to see all the different possibilities that the Mimio Studio offers. First and foremost, we have over there on the left-hand side, here some of our interactive whiteboard options, like our Mimio Teach. That Mimio Teach is able to turn any whiteboard, I should say, into a completely interactive whiteboard, a completely interactive surface. So you can take the whiteboard that you already have, add a Mimio Teach to it, and you will make it a completely interactive surface. You'll be able to control your entire computer right from the board. We also have a newer solution as well. This one just came out, I believe, around New Year's. This is the Mimio Projector, and this is really cool if you haven't checked it out. If you're someone who's looking for not only an interactive whiteboard solution, but also a projector, then the Mimio Projector certainly is for you, because not only is it a wonderful short throw projector with limited shadows, not only can your students interact with the content, not only can you interact with the content, but with the Mimio Projector, you can actually have multiple students working at the board at once. So you can have more than one student at the board, moving content around, experiencing content, writing with the styli, and so forth. So it's a truly powerful piece of teaching equipment. We're going to talk a little bit about the mobility here today with the Mimio mobile app, but we also offer our very own Mimio Pad, which will allow both the teachers and the students to control the action from anywhere in their classroom, as well as work collaboratively using the Mimio mobile app. So the Mimio Pad is another option for you if you don't already have a tablet solution in your classroom. Mimio Board is our interactive whiteboard. It's a fixed solution, so if you're interested in a fixed option, the Mimio Board is for you. It is essentially a board with the Mimio Teach built right in, and then that Mimio Teach can also be detached and used elsewhere. So if you wanted to take it to another classroom, or you wanted to take it to a trade show or something like that, you could easily do that. Mimio Studio is the hub of everything. You see me running Mimio Studio software right now in my Mimio Studio notebook. Over here I have my Mimio Studio tools. And there are a variety of other applications as well. And Mimio Studio controls everything. So all my lessons, all of the products, everything works right off of our Mimio Studio software. It is truly phenomenal. Check out the latest and greatest version right now. You just have to go on out to Mimio.com. That's M-I-M-I-O. And you can download it. You actually get an evaluation period for 30 days if you don't currently have Mimio Studio. And you'll see the truly amazing lessons that not only can you put together, but also download from MimioConnect.com. We also then, of course, have the Mimio mobile app, which is why you're all here this afternoon, and I am thrilled to tell you and share with you all of the wonderful possibilities with the Mimio mobile app to allow you to leverage not only iPads, but other tablet devices, mobile devices as well. Mimio Vote is one of my favorite items in my classroom. I use it almost daily. Mimio Vote allows me to get real-time assessment data, and Mimio Vote allows me to collect that data, automatically save that data, so not only can I use it to assess my students, but then I can use that data to make really informed decisions on what it is that I need to teach or reteach, which students might need intervention, and it all happens automatically. It's a truly amazing device, and you'll see some assessment here in just a few moments. Mimio View is our document camera option. It is a wonderful document camera. It's very small, portable, easy to use, very, very flexible. You can twist it and turn it. You see those flexible goosenecks there. It's the easiest document camera on the market to set up just one simple connection. So if you're looking for a document camera, Mimio View is definitely the way to go. Check it out. Everything that you can do with Mimio View also works with Mimio Studio. So again, we can provide a variety of different options and possibilities. Lastly, Mimio Capture Kit is for those of you who desire to capture dry erase marker from your dry erase board into your computer. So you can literally use Mimio Capture to write in regular dry erase marker right on your whiteboard, and everything will be recorded right here inside of Mimio Studio Notebook. So that's our family of products, and like I said, I wanted to share a little bit about each one of them with you, just so as we go through the presentation here, you can see all the different possibilities that Mimio Classroom offers. Now, I mentioned Mimio Connect, and we all love Mimio Connect because not only does Mimio offer amazing interactive classroom hardware, but we also feature some of the best online content and the best online teaching community anywhere at MimioConnect.com. And I believe Travis asked everyone to raise their hand if they're already members of MimioConnect.com. I know we have people all over the country and all over the world screaming to be members of MimioConnect.com. So if you are not already a member, what are you waiting for? Sign up today. MimioConnect offers thousands of free lessons across the curriculum. So no matter what you're teaching, no matter what subject, what grade level, all you have to do is become a member of MimioConnect. You can search for those lessons, you can download those lessons, and then you can start using them in your classroom. You can also customize those lessons using our Mimio Studio software. Every classroom is so different. I know sometimes it's hard to use someone else's lesson or a canned lesson, but the lessons that are on MimioConnect are all teacher-created lessons. We have a team of teachers that work on the site, such as myself. We also have you guys, our wonderful community of educators who are willing to share their lessons and their expertise. So any lesson that you find on MimioConnect.com, you can use with your class. You can put it in Mimio Studio, customize it for your class, and it's all there for you. And, of course, you're always welcome to share your best lessons. Beyond just the content, we also have a variety of resources available at MimioConnect, such as our user forums and our Ask a Master program. So if you are just getting started with MimioConnect, or if you're just getting started with Mimio, I should say, MimioConnect is definitely the place to be. And if you've used Mimio for a while, MimioConnect is a truly phenomenal resource that can help support you in your teaching. So sign up today. Make sure you tell your friends about it. Create a group for your district, and I think you'll find it to be extremely useful. I know I have over the last several years. Now, with all that said, one of the really new features that Mimio has offered over the last few months and is continuing to make better each and every day, and the reason that we're here today at this webinar is our MimioMobile Application. And the MimioMobile Application, I think, is really the next step in making your classroom that much more interactive and really allowing you to truly teach with this technology. I was working the other day at a school, and I was doing a training session, and I had a teacher kind of raise their hand, and they said, Paul, you know, our school, we just bought iPads. And while I'm really excited about iPads, I'm kind of sad that I won't be able to use my Mimio anymore. You know, I love my Mimio. I've used it for years. I love MimioConnect. But now I'm going to get this iPad, and, you know, oh well. And I looked at her, and I had a big smile on my face, and I had a chance then to explain to her how it's really the opposite, how the opposite is true, because Mimio Studio software is the best way to leverage the use of your iPads for quality instruction, active learning, and real-time assessment. So you'll see here with the Mimio mobile app, you're able to take an iPad, and I don't know about you, but I know some schools when they've gotten their iPads, they kind of search around for different ways to effectively use them in the classroom. Well, Mimio gives you that solution. And as you'll see here in some of these sample lessons, we're going to be able to use the Mimio mobile app in a variety of ways for true, rich instruction. Now, as far as the Mimio mobile app goes, it's currently available for iPad users within the iTunes store. So you just have to go out, go to the iTunes store, search for Mimio Mobile, and you can download the app on either an iPad 2 or higher right now for free. Now, coming in September, though, we're also going to be able to offer it for Android as well as iPhone and iPod users. So it's going to open it up to all types of mobile devices in September. And I'm so happy to be able to share that with you, because I know when I've done quick learn sessions or when I've been out in all the schools, people are always asking me, when's it going to be ready for Android? Can I use it on my iPhone? Well, the good news is come September, you'll be able to get the Mimio mobile app in the Google Play Store and the App Store, not only just for iPads, but for any Android devices as well as iPhone and iPod. And, of course, that's going to be perfect for many of you guys. I know a lot of schools now are doing the your bring your own device initiatives, and I know when I get started back in August, I know most of my students, they all have iPhones or they all have some sort of Android device, and it's going to really help me out as well. I have a couple of iPads in my classroom right now that I use the mobile application with, but now I'm really going to be able to open it up and leverage it. So, like I said, the Mimio mobile app is a great way to go ahead and actually leverage the use of those devices in your classroom. Now, like I mentioned, the app is free, but in order to really utilize the Mimio mobile app, you're also going to need the latest and greatest version of Mimio Studio. And Mimio Studio 11 is going to be coming out as well around mid-September or so, and it's going to be required for use with your new Mimio mobile app. The Mimio mobile app then also needs an activation fee And you can talk to your Mimio sales rep about that. But don't worry, you can try it out first. You get a 30-day free evaluation of both Mimio Studio 11 and the Mimio mobile app. So you can try it out at no cost. You can see if you like it or not. And then eventually, I can tell you right now, you're going to love it. Eventually, then you can see about purchasing that Mimio mobile license to enable all of its functionality. So really exciting stuff for the start of this school year. Now, I know many of you are probably wondering, how do you get your iPad or your mobile device connected to your Mimio Studio software? And just real quickly here, we talk a lot more about this in some of our training sessions, but I just wanted to share with you the simplicity of it. One of the best parts about Mimio is that it's so easy to use. It's so teacher-friendly. It's so student-friendly. And connecting a mobile device to your Mimio mobile app couldn't be easier. Inside your software, you have a Mimio Studio settings window that will provide the teacher with a QR code. And some of you might be familiar with QR codes. They're all over the mall. They're all over everything these days. But a QR code allows you now to simply open up your Mimio mobile app, and as the teacher, you can scan that QR code and be able to control your computer and control your lesson and control your board from anywhere in your classroom. And then likewise, the students will also be able to do that as well. So as the students now are using their mobile devices, as a teacher, I can put up that QR code right on the board, and my students now, they can take out their iPads or their Android devices or their iPhones or their iPods, whatever they have, scan that QR code, and they'll all get connected as long as you're in the same Wi-Fi network, which is super cool. So we'll be able now to get everyone connected in just a few moments, and then you can start teaching. If you can scan a QR code, you can get connected with Mimio Mobile. So, like I said, if I sound like I'm excited about it, it's because I am, and I know you guys are going to be pretty impressed with it as well. As far as the teaching end of things, we know how easy it is to download the app. We know how easy it is to just go to Mimio.com and download the latest, greatest version of Mimio Studio. Paul's talking. He's all excited about actually being able to use it with his students, and here's why. The Mimio mobile application gives you a variety of options in the classroom for control, collaboration, and assessment. And in a moment, I'm going to share with you a couple of lessons that will demonstrate the flexibility of the Mimio mobile device in all of these particular areas. With the Mimio mobile device, I know last year I had a chance to use it in the second half of the school year, and it was wonderful because I could use that Mimio mobile app to really engage my students in active learning. So rather than them just kind of sitting there and staring out the window, now I'm engaging them. I'm having them actively participate in the lesson, actively look at the content, actively look at the standards. And we know all the research shows that the more active a student is within the content, the more learning is going to take place. And of course, one of the things that I can do with the Mimio mobile application to get my students engaged is I can actually give them control. So I can put a lesson up on the board, and I can go around and I can have students taking turns, taking control of that lesson, engaging in that lesson, and completing that lesson. I'll show you a few examples of that here in a few moments. So I can allow a variety of students to control the lesson, to practice the skills, and of course, not only that, but then I can take it to the next step, and I can bring in a collaborative activity or collaborative effort. I can take my students and I can now have them working in a group. I can have them working at higher level skills. All I have to do is use my Mimio mobile app, and I can actually assign the activity up to 9 different groups in my classroom. So I can have the students work on an activity together or practice the skill together, or I can have them do an extension together. Up to 9 different applications will work, and you'll see that here in just a few moments, which is wonderful. Then, of course, we have the assessment piece. Every good lesson usually begins and ends with some type of assessment, and I know I try to do that in my classroom as well. And the easiest way to do it, I got to tell you, I've done it all different ways. The easiest way to do it is using either Mimio Vote or the virtual Mimio Vote that comes with the Mimio mobile app. Because I can come up with some questions, I can ask my students those questions, and then I can chart how well they're doing on those questions, how well they're doing on those standards. And the beauty of it all is, with the assessment, my Mimio software not only will collect all the data for me, but it saves it automatically, and it generates reports for me. So if I want to use that data for intervention, or when I want to discuss that data with my teacher-based team so we can decide, how we're teaching different pieces of content, what's working, what's not working, which questions are good, which questions are bad, I don't have to spend a lot of time tallying up all that assessment. All I have to do is press a couple of buttons in my Mimio Studio software, and I have it all in front of me. So I'm getting my students engaged, I'm getting them working together, I'm getting that assessment, and I'm really able to not only engage my students, but make smart use of the results that I'm getting. So with that being said, let's go ahead and have a look at a couple of sample lessons that I brought along with me so that you can see how flexible the Mimio classroom is, and you can see how truly remarkable and how amazing this Mimio mobile app is and what it's going to do for your classroom. So first off, I brought along a little science lesson here. Like I said, I teach social studies, but I love to learn about science. And this one here, this lesson, as you can see in my objective box, is a lesson all about the solar system. And it says students are going to place the planets in their correct location by dragging them from the choices at the bottom to the appropriate orbit. And I got to tell you, I love these objective boxes on the side now. Every good lesson should have some kind of objective box. I know in my building, our administrators are always out. They're doing their walkthroughs. They're checking on things, and they love it when they see your objectives or your learning targets right there, ready for the kids to see. I know my students benefit from it as well. It's always a good idea to tell the students what they're learning, why they're learning it, what they should know at the end of the activity. And so with the objectives box, it makes it really very simple. So in this activity here, I have a couple of different choices for the way that I could proceed. If I had a Mimio Teach or a Mimio projector or a Mimio board, I could have my students come on up, and following our objectives, they could use my Mimio Studio toolbar, and using the stylus up at the board, they could take the planets and place them in their various orbits. So if I had a Mimio Teach, maybe I have one student up there. If I had the projector, yeah, I could have more than one student up there, which is pretty cool. I could also have a Mimio Pad at my disposal, which is wonderful. The Mimio Pad, then, I could give control to different students, or I can pass the pad around if I don't have enough of them. And then from their desk, they could do the same as well. So they could come on up and maybe put the next planet in its place and pass it on to the next student. Again, engaging the student, getting them involved in their learning. Of course, like I mentioned, Mimio Studio is the hub of everything. This lesson was created in Mimio Studio. But then beyond all that, we have the Mimio mobile app. So beyond just the regular being able to manipulate content and the interactive whiteboard, now we're going to bring in the Mimio mobile app. And if we look back at my objective here, what we're going to do with this lesson is we're going to turn on what's called collaborate mode. So instead of just having maybe one student come up to the board and put a planet in its place, or maybe even two students, now what I can do is I can divide my students in up to 9 different groups. And I can have those 9 different groups then work on this activity. So rather than having 1 or 2 kids that are engaged up at the board and the rest are staring out the window, now all of a sudden the Mimio mobile app gets that collaboration rocking and rolling. So as a teacher, I'm going to go into collaborate mode, and then this is what's going to happen. And I'll zoom in on one of these, and then we'll zoom back out. But basically what will happen is on every one of those mobile devices, and up to 9 different devices now, each one of those collaborative groups are going to put the planets in order. So they're going to do that same activity, but now instead of having one student engaged, we have the whole class engaged. On each mobile device, they're able to go down, pick out the planets. They're able to collaborate, so they can talk to each other, they can teach each other, they can work with each other as to what the proper order for these planets are. And of course, being able to control the activity 9 different ways, 9 different groups, presents all kinds of wonderful possibilities, especially when students are talking to each other, they're learning from each other, they're engaged, they're touching the lesson, they're moving the pieces around. It's very, very active learning. You'll also notice down here, I have a little icon, and what this will do for me as a teacher is I can actually now, when we're done, I can go around and I can pull up each individual screen. So we can say, okay, let's see how Jane Doe's group did here, and we can discuss it. I could go in, and pardon me while I zoom in once again. I hope your screen doesn't go too crazy. I could go in, I could use my toolbar too, and I could say, yeah, this one's right, but you guys didn't get this one. I'm not sure what's going on here. This one, that doesn't look right. And I could mark it up and annotate it. The other students then could chime in, and we could talk about why it's right or why it's wrong. I also have a nice little answer pull out here as well. I could always go back to my main page, and we could pull out and check answers that way. So the possibilities with that are fairly endless. And I'm glad you guys love it. That's great, Linda. But even more exciting than that, now that we've practiced it individually, we've done some instruction, we've done some collaborative work, now we can take it to even a higher level with the collaboration. And this time we can do an activity where rather than just sort of roguely putting the planets in order, now we're going to discuss the different characteristics of the planet within our collaborative groups. So on the screen here, you see it says, you and your partner are going to list the characteristics describing the planet Earth. So I go back into collaborate mode. Once again, it's going to work beautifully with my Mimio mobile app. I could maybe have one student or two students come up with the Mimio Teach or the projector or the pad. But if I go to collaborate mode with the mobile app, now what's going to happen, and let me zoom in on this, now every student on their mobile device is going to have to discuss and collaborate with their partners the answer to that question. And you'll see them, they have some space over here. They can go ahead, and the Mimio mobile app gives them that ability to annotate. There's a little pen down here. They can go ahead and they can write those characteristics, which is pretty cool. So now they got to remember things. They are bringing higher level thoughts. You could make that activity for anything. You could make it for any of the planets. You could pose questions to them. You could ask a variety of different things as well. But now it's collaborative work. They're talking, they're writing, and once again, as a teacher now, I can go through, I can look at each group. As a class, we can discuss how did each group do. I could use my tools. I could say, well, this group did a great job, and I could highlight some of their work, and we could see which ones we have in common. The possibilities are truly endless. And all of that is possible not only because of Mimio Studio Notebook, but also because of the Mimio mobile app. So that's a great example for a science class. Hopefully you're pretty excited about that. I know you all don't teach science, but I also brought along a couple of other activities. But of course, I almost forgot. The last part of any activity, of course, and there's that sun blazing once again, is, of course, assessment. So after we've done the instruction, after we've done the practice, after we've done the collaboration, after we've done the higher level collaboration, now, like I said, we're going to end the lesson with assessment. And of course, I'm able to use my Mimio Studio software to create questions, assessment questions, very, very easily. And of course, when I look at the various items here in my Mimio classroom, I can utilize my Mimio Vote, like I mentioned at the start of the session, or I can use my Mimio mobile app to create an artificial Mimio Vote on any mobile device. So my students now, they can vote on their iPhones, they can vote on their Android devices, their iPods, my iPads, whatever they want to do, they can go ahead and using that Mimio mobile app, they can turn it into a Mimio Vote assessment system. And you can have a combination as well. So maybe you have some Mimio Votes and some mobile devices. It's all going to work the same using your mobile app. So when you ask a question like this on their screen, what's going to happen is, here we go, their tablet or their mobile device is going to turn in to a Mimio Vote unit. So as a teacher now, I can select the class that I want to ask the question to. I can go ahead, I can turn that question on, and I'm going to get that real-time assessment, not only with the Mimio Vote, but with the mobile devices as well. Every student now can go ahead and answer that question. And if you can see here, on my mobile device, it has turned into a virtual Mimio Vote. Like I said, we're going to use that Mimio Studio software to really leverage that iPad into a teaching device. Not only will I get assessment data right then and there, and my students, they love to look at this. They love to see how the class did, how many people got it right, how many people got it wrong. As a classroom teacher, I love to see which questions they're doing well on, which questions they're not doing well on. But even beyond that, behind the scenes now, each one of my students, because we're able to use that assessment piece, I'm gathering all their data. I know how every student answered. I know which ones they got right. I know which ones they got wrong. I know which areas they need help in. I know which students are acing everything, and maybe they need, to be challenged a little bit more or given some other type of assignment. I know which students need intervention, people that I can work with on the side or start up a plan for. All of that is possible simply by using that assessment piece. So again, with the mobile app, we're covering all the bases: instruction, practice, collaboration, and assessment. As I was saying before, I brought along a couple other sample activities as well. This one's a sort of a math activity. It's called Counting with Coins. And in this little activity, the students are going to generate a number by clicking on the number button. And then they're simply going to drag the coins into the coin holder to equal the amount shown. So let me go ahead and I'm going to put my objective box away just for a moment here. And the idea here is that the kids are going to press this little button right here, and you see I have a random number generator that's going to give them a number, and then they have to come in here, and then they have to figure out, all right, which one of these coins or combinations of coins do I need to make that total, and they can drag them on in there. Now again, Mimio offers a variety of ways to do this. You could have one student up with the Mimio Teach, or perhaps you have more than one student making these totals with the Mimio projector, or you're passing your pad around. And of course, Mimio Studio is where we put it together. Well, let me go ahead and show you how we can also take this in a whole other direction using the Mimio mobile app and what we call the control feature. And as you can see here, inside my objective, we're going to utilize that Mimio Studio control. So what I can do is I can actually give one student control of my lesson here. So maybe I give Abigail control, and as the teacher now I can press the button, give Abigail control, and now she has to go ahead and she actually has to press the number and then make the coin fit. Then after Abigail does it, great. I know Christy, she's sitting there, I'm going to press the button, boom, now Christy gets to answer it. Or maybe Adam Jones, come on down, you're the next one up. So bam, press the button and I give Adam control, and now Adam has to do it. And the students, of course, they don't know who's going to get control next, so they're all paying attention. And in their mobile device, as you can tell, that lesson then transfers right to their device. Now don't worry. The other students aren't going to be checking their email and playing Angry Birds or visiting Mimio Connect or something like that. That might be okay, but the other stuff isn't. But in all seriousness now, what happens is on that mobile app, if I'm a student that doesn't have control, I just have a blank screen. And that way, I still have my attention up in front of the class, on the board, or the student that's working on it. And then as soon as the teacher enables me to have control, you'll see I get some tools up here at the top of my mobile device. And then I have access to that whole lesson right there on my screen. And then as soon as I'm done, the teacher can turn over control to somebody else. Pretty cool activity. One last one I brought along, those of you who teach language arts, I have this little identifying parts of speech lesson. And here, this is a lot of fun. I don't know about you guys, but I was back in middle school English, or we didn't exactly have a lot of fun like this, where we get to drag the different parts of speech from the choices and place them below the underlined word. When complete, we're going to check our answers by clicking above the underlined word. So again, Mimio would offer you a variety of solutions here with the various products. We could have students up at the board with the Teach or the projector, or roaming around with the pad. And of course, we could have them simply identifying that word and trying to figure out if it's a noun, a verb, an adjective, or an adverb. I can always click up here to get that instant feedback. And oh man, my parts of speech are terrible. Let's try number 2. And as you can imagine, oh, look at that, I got that one right. That is great. So the kid's all excited. Then maybe the next kid comes on up and we're going through. And so again, maybe I'm passing control around with my mobile app. So you don't know who's going to get the next one. So maybe I say, okay, Janice, you're going to take number 1. And then Kate, you're going to take number 2. And Linda, don't worry, you're going to get number 4. And Louise, number 5, please. And, Louise comes up and, all right, we're going to work on our parts of speech. And so we could go through and I could pass control around with my Mimio mobile app, and on their mobile device then they'd be able to do the activity by dragging and then revealing the correct answer. Of course, like I said, we could also have kids up at the board. Number 6 here, though, what I might do here is I might use number 6 as an assessment piece. And using the Mimio mobile app, not only can I do multiple choice assessment, but I can also do alphanumeric assessment. So I could say, okay, now everybody is going to do number 6, and I could turn all the mobile devices in the classroom using that Mimio mobile app into an alphanumeric assessment piece, where the students will have their keyboard, they'll have a text box, they can type in their answer, and then press Submit Answer. And once again then, I'll be able to get all of that real-time data. We'll be able to see as a class how we did right then and there. I have a little pie chart over here. It's not active right now, but if it was, you would see those results there. And then, of course, in my Mimio Studio Gradebook software, I'd also be able to see, okay, who got it right. These kids got this one right. These kids didn't. Maybe we need to work on adverbs or whatever the case might be. So I'm not limited with the Mimio mobile app to just multiple choice questions. I can also enter a text in using the mobile app as well. So you can see all of the different flexible ways, all of the different possibilities for using these lessons with the Mimio Classroom, and how the Mimio mobile app is really taking things to the next level, engaging with control, being able to assess our students, being able to allow them to work collaboratively. And the coolest thing that I find in my classroom is you can really keep your students on their toes. They don't know what's going to happen next. They don't know if you're going to call someone to the board. They don't know if you're going to give them control. They don't know if you're going to pop a question on them. And, of course, there's where that engagement is. And when the students are engaged, they're going to learn so much more than, obviously, when they're not. So hopefully that gives you just a little taste of what the Mimio mobile app is capable of. Now, before I turn it back over to Travis, just a couple of other items. You might or may not be aware that Mimio also offers a reading program for pre-K to 8th grade students, and it will help students learn to read and read to learn. I have a daughter who's just about to go into kindergarten here in a couple of weeks, and she's been on the Mimio Sprout reading program over the summer, and it's been awesome watching her learn some of those fundamentals of reading. I can't wait to see where she's going to go from here. I think it's really going to give her a jump as she starts her education. Mimio reading is useful not only for individuals, but you can also use it for whole class instruction or even small group instruction, which of course is really, really powerful, and it can help master reading comprehension in all areas. So check out Mimio Reading if you're looking for a reading solution. We also have launched our MimioScience program. It's very, very exciting. MimioScience is offering interactive lessons that provide comprehensive tools that teach science concepts and principles. And they're all based on the next generation science standards that are all set to take effect in 2015. And if you're somebody who is a little bit nervous about these new standards, or maybe you don't have a huge background in science, MimioScience makes it really easy. The lessons are really easy to implement. They're super engaging, as you can tell in our webinar here today. And, of course, all of them have been tested in actual classrooms over the last several years. It's been pretty extensive, so they're all tried and true. They all work, and all you have to do is check it out again at Mimio.com if you're interested in learning more about MimioScience. Mimio offers a variety of training and professional development opportunities, both online and on-site and on-demand. We have all of our on-demand resources, our webinars, our quick learn sessions, and then, of course, we have live versions of all of them as well. If you haven't set in on a quick learn session, stop on by. They're lots of fun. These are live online trainings. And, of course, we also have those available on demand. If you are looking to take your Mimio skills to the next level and earn some graduate credit and maybe even the prestigious title of Mimio Master, check out our Mimio Masters program. These are online courses that will teach you everything that there is to know about Mimio. Have a lot of fun, earn some credit, and, of course, become a Mimio Master. Who knows, maybe you'll be answering Mimio Master questions on Mimio Connect someday. We also have a certified trainer program if you are someone who is interested in training others or asked to. I know lots of buildings where, you guys might be the super tech-savvy teachers in the building, and you get asked to train everybody else. You might want to talk and think seriously about the certified trainer program or talk to your administration about that. It's a really great great program. And then lastly, we have our Mimio Academy for on-site professional development. If you're looking for on-site professional development, the Mimio Academy is probably right for you. To learn more about any and all of these professional development opportunities, just visit Mimio.com for more information. And with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Travis, and I believe we'll get some questions here in just a few moments.
All righty, thanks, Paul, and wonderful job so far. And it's been so impressive as far as how you've presented what you can do with Mimio, and I think a lot of people have been very engaged with what you've had to share so far. So what we do want to share with you also is that you can, through each of our Mimio webinars, earn professional development credit just by completing a short form. So I'm going to throw the link right there in the chat window, and this will also be included in the follow-up email that we will send you. So just complete that, and usually within 1 or 2 business days of you completing that, we will send you a personalized certificate that you can use within your school district if that works. So check it out. So at that time, we are now ready to go ahead and start our question and answer sessions. We've had a variety of questions asked, and with that said, I'm going to turn it over to Melanie, who will get us going down this road. Melanie.
Great. Thanks so much, Travis. My name is Melanie Fortier, and I'll be asking all the wonderful questions that came in today. First, we're going to start with, Travis, this is aimed towards you. You mentioned in the chat box about the BYOD devices. Kate is curious to know, is there a limit on the number of BYOD devices for each classroom license?
That's a great question, and it really depends on what mode you're using. So as far as the license is, the MimioMobile license, there is no limit to what you activate for that license. The license itself, I believe, is $199, and that does activate the license on the teacher computer. So you can use any mobile devices. Again, keep in mind, a mixture of both Apple as well as Android devices can be utilized. So especially if you have BYOD initiatives implemented in your districts, you can utilize all those. So, and as far as the different modes you saw, Paul mentioned different ways to use MimioMobile, from the Collaborate, which you can use up to 9 groups at a time. You can send control to every student that has a mobile device, 1 at a time, of course, as you mentioned. And then you can also use the assessment option, which also does include the short answer abilities, the alphanumeric responses, and that can be done with unlimited numbers of mobile devices in your classroom also. So as far as the classroom devices go, it is unlimited, but then the functionality of some of those features depends on what you're doing. Collaborate being the one that's limited to 9 collaboration teams at once.
Very good. Thank you so much. Linda also asked a question. This is for you, Travis. Are Mimio lessons and Smartboard lessons interchangeable?
Okay, and we're letting Paul off too easy here, so just keep that in mind. So Linda, that's another great question. As far as Smartboard or any other interactive whiteboard in Mimio, which we love, those lessons with Mimio software, you can open any of the other interactive whiteboard lessons that you might already have, or grab onto from other resource sites or other staff members. So what that allows you to do is you don't have to start from scratch. If you've recently adopted Mimio, or if you find other resources in your building that other staff have had, you can simply import those, insert those into Mimio, and use those straight away. So that makes it a very nice feature to have at your disposal.
Great. Thanks, Travis. And actually, you know what? I am going to throw one more at you, then Paul gets his turn.
All right. We'll take it.
Linda asked another follow-up question about the licenses. Is the license per school district or campus? Because she has 2 campuses.
Okay. So, the best thing to do there is you'll want to contact your Mimio salesperson, your Mimio reseller, because they'll be able to really adapt to fit your needs. But the license that I mentioned, which was, I believe, again, I'm not a sales guy, but the number is, the cost of one classroom license is $199. That does enable all those classroom devices to be used with that one teacher's computer. We do have the availability of building licenses as well as district licenses, depending on what your needs are. So as another example, so let's say a school has, I'm just kind of switching gears here, let's say a school has mobile devices on a cart, and let's say that one cart is used, or maybe you have multiple carts, is used by multiple people in the building. What you can simply do there is, again, the license is adapted to that one teacher computer, which allows all those mobile devices to interact with it. So what a lot of schools are starting to do is that they're dedicating one teacher computer, one laptop to that mobile laptop card or that mobile iPad card and activating the license on that. So no matter where that card goes, it has a dedicated computer that can interact and activate all those mobile devices that might be used with that. So just as another alternative. But we can certainly get you information if you'd like. So if you'd like to just throw your email in the chat window of who to contact to really see what best fits your needs in your district, if you'd like. Hopefully that answers you well enough at this point.
Great, thanks so much. And Paul, like I said, you're not off the hook. Adam had a question. Is there a way to demo the app?
Oh, good. So great question, Adam. Yeah, absolutely. All you have to do, of course, is right now it's available for your iPad, so you can shoot on off to the iTunes Store, or in September you'll be able to get it at Google Play as well as the iTunes Store for Android. But you'll be able then, of course, to try out the mobile app for 30 days. You just download Mimio Studio 11 from the Mimio site, and you'll get that 30-day evaluation period for both Mimio Studio as well as the app.
Great, thanks so much. And I believe we have time for one last question. This question came in from Louise, and it said, oh, and Travis, back to you. Will your new mobile app help us prepare for the upcoming Common Core assessments?
And Louise, another great question. And in fact, the mobile app is really perfect for the Common Core assessments. As you saw, Paul, and Paul, I don't know if you want to navigate back to one of your slides that you had there that showed the text response. But the Common Core assessments are really going to be a lot about getting those short answer responses. So as Paul's pointing it out there, what's great about this is that you're able to leverage your existing Mimio Studio software with your mobile devices and allow students to enter alphanumeric responses. And then the teacher, all those responses, just like any of the Mimio vote systems, get automatically collected into the grade book, and then the teacher can process that. So I think, the ability of being able to incorporate and to engage kids to where they can input those type of answers is going to be phenomenal and be a very great tool to practice for those Common Core assessments. Great question.
Great, thank you so much, and that completes our questions and answer time. Back to you, Travis.
All right, so and I think there was one more question there that I think maybe I'll grab onto if I can. Stephen had a question. I'll try to do my best here. I'm not a sales guy here. I do the training at PD, so we'll see what I can get you here. But so Stephen's question is about the MimioMobile licensing, and he had a question on if it was changing in August, and what are the changes and all that. So again, the new version of MimioMobile, which will be an upgrade really of what is currently out there, that will be released in September. And we are going to be switching to more of an annual license per classroom or school for this particular app. So in that respect, it is changing. Once again, I'm going to direct you to your specific Mimio salesperson or Mimio reseller. Again, we can get you in touch with that person if you don't know who they are. So just send us an email. I'll put my email address out there for you. So if you have any more questions about licensing, or any of you have questions about licensing of anything, we'd be definitely happy to speak with you directly after the webinar or get you in touch with whoever you might need. So let me throw my email out there just in case you want that. Again, lots of different options, including what Paul mentioned as far as the ability to do the evaluation period. Not only Mimio Mobile, but also if you're brand new or exploring Mimio Studio software, you can download that software today and enter a totally free 30-day full version evaluation of both of those applications and really see what you can do with that. So hopefully that addresses you. So any other questions at this point, or any others that are in the chat window, we'll make sure we wrap those up in the follow-up email. So for those of you that did join us late, again, we are recording this webinar, and within about 24 hours, you should expect to see an email coming in your box that will include a recording link to today's webinar, as well as another link to earn that certificate of completion, that CEU credit certificate. So expect to see that if you didn't get it. And then I do enjoy to tell you that We do have a number of other webinars we are planning for the fall. So you can check those out, register when those become available, and watch all of our other past on-demand webinars at mimio.com/webinars. So, and let's see, we had one last question come in. Can you send me an email on how to use the toolbar for Mimio Teach? Linda, we can take care of that. Linda, if you don't mind, my email address is up top there. I believe I sent that. So if you could send me an email directly, I will send you and point you in the right direction for some of those resources. So be glad to help you out there. So, so with that said, if you have any other questions, don't hesitate to contact us. We'd love to interact with you. And don't forget to check us out on our social media sites, Facebook, Twitter, as well as we have a full YouTube channel full of other videos. So with that said, we look forward to seeing you in another one of our webinars. And to close out our recording, all we ask you to do is either close the session by clicking that little red icon at the top right, or go up to File and Exit. And when everybody's out, we'll be able to wrap up our recording. So thank you once again for Mimio, and once again, thank you, Paul, for a wonderful job.